Good evening, folks, and welcome to tonight's round of 16 matchup on the 2025 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament here on SpeedGaming between Stewie Cartman and ShyGuy. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and joining me on the commentary tonight is the one, the only, the Hacksaw. It's great to have you here tonight for a very exciting matchup between the number 9 seed Stewie and the number 8 seed ShyGuy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, 8-9 games, so usually these are fairly competitive. I do have a little bit of background information in terms of tournament predictions for this one. So, believe it or not, 27 of the 28 brackets picked Stewie to win this one, and there's one person out there that could get a big win tonight.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. And I'll tell you what, these two competitors were in very close matches in their round of 32s. You have ShyGuy, who took on Ryko Ryder. It came down right to the wire in Bowser's Castle. Ryko actually had the edge, but forgot to equip the Hammer Brothers suit that could have won him the match. And that Hammer Brothers suit that ShyGuy ended up equipping enabled him to sneak in the back door and take the victory away from Ryko Ryder and narrowly avoiding an upset. Meanwhile, Stewie Cartman was also involved in some close games between Equations 19, but in the end, it was Stewie Cartman who ended up winning 2-0, but that was also quite a thrilling match.
Yeah, like you mentioned, both in those close matches there, and maybe a little bit of a surprise in the first round. We had quite a few game threes, which the first round of the tournament, you don't generally expect as many as we had, but man, like a lot of these were, even there's a big seed differential, we had close games, so it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, having 5 of the matches being 2-1 throughout the round of 32, yeah, that's definitely something you wouldn't expect to see, but that is exactly what we got. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these two match up. I expect this to be close. I would not be surprised to see this go the distance.
Yeah, definitely. 8-9 game. Wouldn't be surprised to see a game 3 at all. Would say, even though Stewie is the lower seed in the 9, I would say he's probably the favorite. We look at the predictions too, and he's one of the 6 players that people had picked to actually win. And he's also in the Final Four in a lot as well.
Yeah, trying to predict this is like trying to predict your 9/8 in March Madness. I think this one is too close to call. I think either of these players could win, and whoever wins this will move on to the quarterfinals, and they will take on either the number 1 seed Pro A or the number 16 seed Antlers.
All right, yeah, and get your predictions in on the start, obviously. I'm going with World 7. I want to see the RWO. We've never seen it, so let's get that one going.
No, it has not happened in tournament history. We've had natural vanilla order happen before. We've had 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7 happen before. But yes, we've never in the history of Mario 3 Randomizer tournament play ever had a perfect reverse world order. Will we get to start with World 7? We're about to find out, and it is World 1. Well, not reverse world order, but hey, we have the opportunity for vanilla world order, and we are starting things off with the forgettable Fort 5 F1, and that's a pretty forgettable start that Stewie wishes he could have.
Yeah, just shorted his jump a little bit there. Going for the vanilla strat is going to take it a little safer this time.
Yep, and ShyGuy picking up a star can get through the rest of the stage, just has to get through the boom boom fight and should be good to go. So ShyGuy going to have the early lead here on Stewie, but of course it's very early here in game number 1. Let's see how Stewie handles the boom boom fight here in 5F1. Takes care of it in 3 hits. That will take care of the lock. 2 levels we must play, starting with 7-4. That's kind of an ugly level when you're small.
Yeah, they do have a couple power-up opportunities. I would expect them to take them, and of course we're getting stars. I rolled the seeds, so we're getting stars.
Yeah, no mushrooms to be found so far. Now, the good thing about 7-4 is this auto-scroller is turned off. I think this is one of the more nastier auto-scrollers in the vanilla game, but in Randomizer, not nearly as bad. And yep, more stars here. Mushrooms, they are apparently in short supply here, Haxer.
Yeah, both runners obviously wanting to get powered up as early as possible, protect yourself from taking those unnecessary hits. Could get some nasty levels like 7-1 or 7-6, but both making it out of 7-4 here, no problem.
Yep, ShyGuy and Stewie Cartman pretty much neck for neck. Next up, we've got 5-3, and do we have anything nasty? Well, it's the large enemy set. I think these runners will take that.
Yeah, I think this is about the best enemy set you can get in this level, to be honest, so...
We say that, and ShyGuy, unfortunately, getting right into that big Koopa Troopa's face, so gonna have to be careful the rest of the way here, because who knows what might be down below. So, Stewie still in his large power-up. Yep, it doesn't look to be anything too nasty. Of course, we always have to worry about potential Paragoombas. That can always ruin our day here, and let's see. Yep, is gonna take care of the mushroom, and should be in good shape to finish the level, but Stewie picking up some time here is going to go ahead and get this fire flower here, so he's going to gain a little bit here, but it is still going to be a ShyGuy lead coming out, but since this 5F1, Stewie has definitely cut into ShyGuy's lead.
Yeah, that was about the best setup I've ever seen in that level. Even the piranha plants were pretty kind to them, so nicely done by both.
I agree 100%. I've seen a lot of 5-3s. I don't think I've seen a tamer one than that. ShyGuy's going to go ahead and pick up the fire flower, but because Stewie already had the fire flower, went ahead and did P-speed strats, has the lead, going to try to fire kill Larry Koopa, but it ended up only being a two-hitter anyway, so still going to be very, very close. Not a two-hitter. Okay, so he did get the fire kill. It was a simultaneous second hit, then the fire kill. ShyGuy also gets the fire kill, so we are close to the first world.
Yep, Stewie with just a slight lead there, getting that fire kill a little quicker, as well as the P-speed.
Even their points are similar, 100 points difference, a music box for our runners, and we continue the vanilla world order. We're at 1-2, so we're 2/7 of the way there.
And this looks like a triple fort, and sure enough, so we kind of got one path here.
All right, well, that's a good sign. It's not World 1 Fort. I gotta imagine that one of these three forts has to be World 1 Fort. They typically show up in World 2, so 4F1 could be the right answer. We'll find out.
Yeah, usually, especially these triple fort worlds, right, where you usually have locks that are kind of pointless, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of pointless locks on that map, so gotta believe that World 1 Fort is somewhere amongst this batch. So very, very close, but we have got about a 2-second lead for Stewie, and that was the correct fort.
Mistake by Stu here.
Little tunnel vision there, because he's playing World 8 Fort, and I think now he just realized,
yep.
I just broke the lock. I don't need to play this. So the other one, I'm 95% certain that other fort has got to be World 1 Fort. It's got to be.
Yeah, you're probably right. And picking up a good item from the bro, getting a cloud, so we're gonna have a cloud early.
So if ShyGuy doesn't go back to pick up that cloud, that could be an advantage that Stewie will gain on ShyGuy in the long run. Well, ShyGuy is going to take the lead here and is done with 3-4. Stewie going to pick up a star, but unfortunately bounced the wrong way. Hit the wrong part of the block there, but he should still be okay.
Yeah,
he's going to pick up a mush.
Here. Oh.
Well, I thought for a moment he was going to get hitbox and not get the kill on the boomerang, bro. He'll be okay, even with that little slip there. Picking up a star.
And I think ShyGuy also fought the other hammer bro, so Stu getting a better arena here. That's big.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll get that same star, and it does look like that ShyGuy's going to use the star. Good choice. It ends up being the Sledgehammer Bros. Let's see if it ends up being worth it. Use a star, get a star. So with that, Stewie retakes the lead as ShyGuy got the item that he probably didn't need to get there.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Stewie to actually opt out of fighting that hammer bro, but it is going to be a good play there. It's going to save, 10 to 12 seconds not fighting the bro.
Here comes the Iggy fight. No earthquake. We got 2 hits. And it's a 3-hitter, so it ended up rolling vanilla here. ShyGuy struggled. Oh, somehow did not get hit by that bullet bill. I thought he was going to get picked off right there. He's got 3 hits to get here on Iggy. There's 2. And here comes the last one. ShyGuy gets the kill, and we are still close to the first two worlds. Do we have World 3 up third to keep the world order alive? We don't.
Oh.
World 6 is up next, and let's see if we can get past this lock.
Yes, this is a weird World 6 setup. Might be one where you work backwards here, or it's just free, potentially.
Well, we'll see, because we do have a bridge that needs to be built, and there's going to be 2 forts here, so this potentially could be the one that builds the bridge, or it is going to break that lock, and we have to play a few more levels, get to that second fort. ShyGuy sees the same thing. Stewie is working his way through the Air Force. Get those salutes out in chat. Stewie taking it a little bit easy, but nothing wrong with that. ShyGuy might be able to take some chances here because he does not have a tail, so he could play this a little bit quicker. Does end up being a little bit riskier, but he could gain some time back on Stewie as Boom Boom definitely bulked up for this one. ShyGuy slowing down at the ending part here just to make sure that he gets through the level, and Stewie gets through the Air Force. ShyGuy's opportunity now. Does it build the bridge? Yes, sir. The bridge is built, and Boom Boom is down for ShyGuy. Stewie going for P-speed strat, so he doesn't have to worry about the first class clip, and gets it.
Yeah, excellent power up there, and stops to get the fire flower as well.
Yeah, I like the play here. An opportunity potentially to get the fire kill, which is going to be Roy, who has Earthquake. So he's going to...
Two more fireballs. He's got it.
Yeah, very nicely done there. Great kill of Roy there for Stewie. So he keeps his lead on ShyGuy, as ShyGuy will go ahead and pick up this fire flower, and we'll see if he can get the fire kill on Roy as well. But Stewie is gaining some more time now on ShyGuy, so here we go. Gonna try to get the fire kill. Gets bounced off, so he's going to be delayed a little bit, and he's stun locked. And it's at least a 4-hitter. It's all 5. Roy's our boy this time. We got World 7.
Yeah, World 7, 2 pipes on that opening island, 1 behind a level, however. And, oh, are we going to have World 3 back-to-back?
We'll find out as we've got Carpet Fort 6F3. Yeah, if this ends up breaking the lock here, we could be on a blistering pace going into World 8.
And I believe they picked up a music box early, so we could see a music box play coming out here.
You're right. At the end of the first world, we did get a music box from the princess. Stewie should have an easy time with Boom Boom. Gets the fire kill. And ShyGuy right behind is now going to start Carpet Fort. Does this build break the lock, or do we got to keep playing? It breaks the lock. How about that?
All right, Stewie going to play the stage here.
We'll see if it ends up paying off for him, and then we'll see if ShyGuy descends to risk it. If it ends up being not the greatest of items, it could be a good skip here for ShyGuy. It's a star, so if ShyGuy does use the music box, he could take an opportunity.
Yeah, especially since we've already played 2 and 6, and they have a cloud in the inventory, so if we get a nasty level, they do have a skip for it. We'd have to kind of get a run on them at this point.
All right, World 1 airship, and we have got the saltiest Koopa in town, Morton Koopa, who's on the no-sodium diet. And ShyGuy does use the music box, so he's going to gain some time back on Stewie.
Yeah, a sub-10 first half. I don't think I've ever seen it in bracket flags.
I don't think I've ever seen it, period. It's very rare to be sub-10. Of course, we still got some treacherous levels left in 3, 4, and 5. We'll find out what is going to be up next. And it's World 4. Do we have a fort at start? Nope, it's a linear start. So they'll have to take the pipe, and we will see where it takes these runners. Well, that pace is going to be slowing down a bit because we do got to play through some levels. But Stewie did use a Jugum Cloud and is going to get to a very easy fort in Super Tanks.
Yeah, pretty much guarantee his usage of that cloud. I don't see any way he dies on Boom Boom here, but
oh man, 3-8 with the Patui enemy set. I'd rather have a boss pass.
Yeah, for sure. Although this enemy here could be interesting. Oh my goodness.
Oh golly gee willikers, that could have been disastrous. But that was a good shot there for the ice block for ShyGuy. So he's still going to have his cloud intact. And I'll tell you what, not the worst level to have to play if you're on ShyGuy's side. I mean, it could have been if he took the death there, but now he could have a Jugum Cloud for something. Well, Stewie is going to use the Jugum Cloud on that panel as well. So it's just the one forter here. So or the 2-forter, I beg your pardon, and that one did not build the bridge. We must play the second fort. P-Wing acquired there for Stewie at the end of that fight, and we've got Bowser's Furnace 5F2.
Yeah, and this is a fairly quick and easy fort as well, so I mean, oh, Stu! Of course, I jinxed him, of course.
Commentator's curse, yep. So a couple of deaths that Stewie has taken so far in this match. Let's see if ShyGuy decides to use... He's got 2 Jugum Clouds. That is all he has. So he has no other resources apart from that, but he is going to get something here. He is going to get the hammer.
Stu going to stop for the power up here, get powered back up a little bit.
And ShyGuy is going to skip that level, so we'll never know what that stage ended up being. We're going to have a P-Wing here, and sacrifices himself to get the double kill there, and we'll pick up his P-Wing as Boom Boom goes down on Stewie's side.
Yeah, one thing I liked that both the runners did here is realizing that they are kind of starting to run out of opportunities potentially to use clouds, so using them.
Yep, definitely indeed a good star play here for Stewie. He's going to take care of the Fire Bros and pick up a mushroom in the process. ShyGuy used the P-Wing here on 5F2. Probably not the best level, so he's going to go ahead and change it up for the Fire Flower, as we have the World 7 airship now on Stewie's side with a star, so he'll just try to go as fast as he possibly can. ShyGuy should have no trouble getting the Boom Boom kill. Gets so with the fire. And now Stewie's going to change it up for a fire suit of his own here. Wendy is still at large, so is Lemmy. So we've got some very difficult Koopalings still there. I believe Ludwig is there. So you got, I guess, arguably the 3 most difficult Koopalings left. Let's see who it is. It is Ludwig. And gets the kill. It was a one-hitter.
Yeah, the jet just continues here. 13 minutes out of World 5 is incredible.
All right, so there you go. Stewie is still in the lead. He's pretty much been in the lead for a majority of this match, but ShyGuy has kept it close, so he's definitely in the running. And of course, we still have World 8 left to go, as we call it, the Great Equalizer. Here comes World 5, so the pipe should take us to the second half. The question is, are we going to have to play that fort? I'm guessing no, unless this ends up being a crazy 3-forter here in World 5. We got 3-3 now, and Stewie is just plowing through rather quickly. Haxer takes care of Ludwig. He'll be moving on to World 5 as well.
Yeah, and catching the wand pretty high up on the screen there, you know, saving those little bits of time. Like to see that. All right, and not the paradox pipe, so potentially we're not going to see the tower, and we are not going to see it here.
No, but we are going to see a lot of roadblocks here. So yeah, this is going to slow our pace a bit as we go to Homer Simpson's favorite level of 5-5.
Yeah, a little miscue from Stu there, taking some damage, but he will get an opportunity to pick up another power-up. Gets a leaf.
Yeah, that'll be just fine. Meanwhile, ShyGuy in a little bit of trouble here in 3-3. He needs to be very careful as he's small. Getting very close to the end of the level is going to be okay.
Yeah, nicely done by Stu. Keeping the leaf, too. Potential for Fort Knox here. Doesn't get lucky with that, but I do like the call.
Yep, this is going to be the escalator fort of 6F1. We'll see if he decides to take the damage boost or hold on to the power. He'll go ahead and take the single.
Yeah, I like the single here for sure. Keeping the big Mario is always important for the next level, right? You never know what's lurking around the corner. 7-1, 7-6.
Ooh, gonna get a star out of this, so get ready for your bros in chat, folks, because we are going to get a star Boom Boom kill on Stewie's side.
Yep, nicely done by Stu, and I'm sure we're going to see similar by ShyGuy.
All right, so Stewie is going to play the Hammer Bro level, trying to time it. Doesn't work out, but he will get his power up back, plus another hammer.
Oh, World 3, still out there.
Yes, the double hammer play is in play for this particular race here. Next level is 2-5. Now ShyGuy is going to be going ahead and playing the escalator fort. Let's see if he goes single, double, or nothing here in terms of the damage boost on 6F1. Looks like nothing, so he's going to hold on to that tail. Again, he will have an opportunity for the bro kill at the end, which he should be able to get.
Yeah, question coming from Chad, I should mention. So the hammers do break rocks in our bracket set here. So Worlds 2 6, 4, and 3 have opportunities where that can happen, and World 3 do require 2 hammers in order to do that.
That is correct. They do not break the locks like they did in the preliminary rounds here, as we have 5-2. Stewie doesn't take the long fall down the sewer. And now it's ShyGuy's turn. Nice use of the tail to take care of that other hammer bro, keeping his tail and getting his own hammer. So, yep, the double hammer in World 3 in play coming up. We'll see if they help our runners or if it's just an old red herring.
Yeah, they haven't gotten much in the way of power-ups from the Hammer Bros, so kind of a stingy seed in that regard. But the good news is the levels haven't been too terribly difficult for them, so they haven't, been in too many tough situations so far.
Now, not yet. I mean, we still haven't seen some nasty levels. We've not seen 7F2. We've not seen 6-6. Haven't seen 7-5, 5-9, 7-8. Another one-hit Koopaling. Lemmy was a shrimp. Another easy kill. 17 minutes in. We are through World 6.
Yeah, I hate to jinx it. Being that we have the double hammer, though, I think we're almost certainly seeing a sub 30 here.
I mean, it depends if the double hammer is going to be useful, if there's like a lock in the way that makes it pointless. We're about to find out here. So not a pointless double hammer. I think we're definitely going to see it, but we got to get through this level first. 6-7.
Yeah, is it a 2-stage skip, or there was a stage there? So maybe just a 1 stage, but still worth.
Oh, it's always going to be worth it. I mean, there's no forts in the way, just levels. So, yeah, you're going to double hammer every time. Save that level, because that level, of course, could be Atlantis for all we know. We'll never know, though, but it could be Atlantis. Stewie's going to get through 6-7, I believe, no problem. But Boss Bass up top, and we'll get through it. Now, ShyGuy is in that same 6-7 as well. So these two runners have been close throughout this entire game. It's been a Stewie lead, a narrow lead at that, all race. So it very well could come down to World 8.
Yeah, it almost certainly is going to. And I saw they picked up that hammer suit, so gonna have a Bowser item, and they also have a backup Fire Flower too.
I haven't seen any lock. Surely there's going to be a lock at Wendy's, right? Oh, that's a bad pipe. So we're gonna try this pipe instead. They're both on the same pipe, and it takes them somewhere else. Okay, the bridge has to be built. Okay, so a bridge has to be built. We got to play 4F2 to build it, or we got to play a lot of levels. I think I know what I'd do.
Yeah, Stewie gonna end up winning here due to order of operations there.
Yep, exactly, because ShyGuy wanted to check the other pipes. He sees it's a troll pipe, and he knows he's got to go back.
Yep, gonna build the bridge here. Got one more level, and almost sub 20 in the World 8. Real close.
Oh, absolutely bonkers here. So donut fort time, and another quick level in the Muncher run.
Yeah, Stewie's gonna have no problem with this one.
Absolutely not. This will be pretty trivial for him. Nice jumps there from ShyGuy to keep the tail intact. Stewie gonna try to blitz through this without picking up that star. If he dives perfectly, yeah, he's there. He's there. Beautifully done from Stewie.
Okay, we'll see ShyGuy's attempt. We'll have to damage boost with the tail here, ideally.
Yeah, you would think so. We'll see what ShyGuy has in mind. Yep, you're absolutely right. The standard play will get the star and get going on his Muncher run. Have to pick up this one. It's the World 3 airship before we get into World 8. And ShyGuy also going for it. Nailed it. Beautifully done for both runners there.
Yeah, that was good by ShyGuy jumping early there, too, because recognizing he was a little slow.
Oh my God.
What?
Another one-hitter. Side salad Wendy. No worries at all for Stewie. And my goodness gracious, this blistering pace continues. Time to make your prediction. How many obstacles will there be at the Valley of Bowser? Anywhere between 0 and 8. Make your predictions.
Yeah, I've never quite seen something
useless.
like this.
Useless music box. We don't need it now. All right, it's a forced 7F2 is forced. So here comes some potential pain for our runners.
Yeah, Stewie hoping for the star there does make the level quite a bit easier, but it has fire, which is a good consolation.
Yeah, you want to have fire or a tail ideally, because you're going to have to deal with a lot of these fire piranhas here. Luckily, the Tunnel of Love had one of each. That's ideally what you want to see there. So that's going to be no problem here for Stu. We'll see if he goes damage boost or if he wants to hold on to the fire suit. It looks like he wants to hold on to that fire suit, get the fire kill of Boom Boom here. So, yep, he'll coax the thwomp right there, and no problem. He'll get his fire kill on Boom Boom. Well done. Now, let's see how... Very beautiful indeed. Let's see how ShyGuy does now as he picks up the fire suit in 7F2. I mean, that was really quickly played there from Stewie, so I gotta imagine he's gonna build on that lead as we now have Alaska 6F2. Okay.
Yeah, knowing that Fort Knox and Alaska are still out there equipping the P-Wing is going to stop for fire to allow him to kill this Boom Boom a little quicker. It gets a good waffle set up there as well.
Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, ShyGuy did lose the fire suit, but still should be okay. We'll take the damage boost, get through the disco waffle. He's going to have some work to do on the Boom Boom fight. He's got to be very careful here. 2 hits, 3 hits. All right, ShyGuy keeping pace here, but yes, Stewie still has the lead here in World 8. Now, where's this going to take him? To the dark part, and he's got a couple of pipes to choose from. He's got a lot of pipes to choose from. Literally 3-pipe money here in the dark area. There's got to be a troll pipe. Okay, so that's where the other 2 forts are in the hand bridge. So 1 has to be required. I don't know why that's a mistake. We saw the tank already. He's going to take the intentional there. Yeah, so we must break the lock. So your answer was 1 minus 1 or 2 minus 1 or something. Yeah, you had 1 required and then an optional. So your answer is 1 minus 1 on your barriers. And there's 7F1, Fort Knox.
I didn't recall if he had a tail in his inventory or not. He's going to gamble on the box here.
And that could very well potentially open the door for ShyGuy. No, but Stewie is not going to go into the 5-alarm chili and is just going to play it out. If ShyGuy can somehow make a guess, I don't know if he has any tails left or not, but if he can make the good intuition guess of using a tail, he could really gain some serious time back on Stewie. He's a tilt. I don't blame him. I get it. I totally get it. So pick a pipe, any pipe. ShyGuy needs to pick the right pipe here. And now sees that there is the other 2 to play. Sees the value of Bowser. Knows that that tank is incorrect. Will he use a tail if he has one? I guess he does not have one, or he decided not to use it, but he also sees Fort Knox, and he's just going to go right for it. That's a time gainer anyways, because remember, Stewie played the whole thing, so that's a time gainer right there for ShyGuy. That's going to keep him in the running here in game 1.
I timed it at about 19 seconds. You saved by not checking the box and just going straight for it, so quite a bit.
Ooh, but Stewie's getting a little bit turned around here. He picked the wrong pipe, so that's going to be some more time game from ShyGuy here. Now he's going to see if that ends up breaking the lock, and the survey says, no, we have to play the 4th and final fort here in World 8.
Yeah, now it's going to be interesting. It's whoever can get through these last 2 levels quicker, and we're going to get Stewie with a good power-up here, though.
That's the exact power-up you want to have. Any kind of tail to just skip the beginning here and get to the top right here. But we got our good friend Boss Bass, and he's quite high.
Yeah, unfortunately, Stu spawned him high on the screen there with the scroll.
Yep. What do we have in the box? It's a frog suit. How about that? We'll take it, though. All right.
You'll take anything here, but yeah,
here
not the best.
Comes ShyGuy, and he's going to not do the same thing. I'm surprised. He's in trouble now. This part gets very tough. I don't care what you've got. If you got a lot of fire shooters here, this part's tough, and now he's going to try to use iframes. Okay, he's okay for now. Star's going to be real beneficial. 3F1, by the way, our final fort.
Yeah, Star is the best item you can really get from that box, and we'll probably check the power up here, too, just to ensure no death.
He's going to take that frog suit every day here. Boom, boom, down on 3F1. So Stewie is still going to be in the lead here. It is definitely going to come down to Bowser's Castle. A ShyGuy will take the intentional hit there, get rid of the frog suit. So now, anybody's game still, but Stewie might have the insurance. I think he's got just a big enough lead that if he were to fail this, I think he could still win.
Yeah, absolutely. Having about a 1 stage lead here, so even if he takes damage, he's in good shape.
Yeah, right now it's going to take, I think, a Stewie death for ShyGuy to have a shot at winning this one. But I'll tell you what, I expected this to be close, and these two runners have not disappointed. Very few mistakes. I think Stewie just played the levels a little bit quicker. Can he get the mac and cheese? He does! That's going to do it!
Yeah, I don't foresee him messing up the hammer kill here, so...
So he's going to have a time just north of 27 minutes. That's going to be absolute dynamite here. And down goes Bowser. Get your GGs out for Stewie Cartman. A killer of a seed. One of the fastest we have seen in this tournament. It's going to be just north of 27 minutes. Holy smokes.
Yeah, Stewie managing to win that one. I think the speed of that seed was about the worst case scenario for him, being the better of the two Mario 3 players. The less levels you have to play tends to favor, or it tends to even things out a bit. So nice win for Stu there.
Oh, definitely indeed here. So ShyGuy trying to get the mac and cheese, doesn't get it, so he's going to play it and hope that he doesn't lose his Hammer Brother suit. So remember that the hammers can now take away these fireballs. That was never the case previously, so that's been helping these runners out tremendously. And a terrible place for a fireball, Bowser. What are you doing? All right, so down goes Bowser. Now, I'll tell you what, get your GGs out for ShyGuy. Both runners played exceptionally well. I mean, very, very few mistakes. It's just, I think Stewie was just a pinch faster. Nice clip there as well. Yeah, why not? So you take a look at these times here. The winner is Stewie Cartman, but look at how close this was. Winning time, 27:02 for Stewie. 28:02 was the time for ShyGuy, a difference of 1 minute exactly.
Yeah, not often you lose with a 28:02, but, you know, unfortunately, running into Stewie, who is a great player, so.
Absolutely indeed. So good close race between the two runners here. Came down to Bowser's Castle, but Stewie getting the first try mac and cheese clip into Bowser's lair, and that was all she wrote here in game number 1. So we're going to take a break here and get set up for game number 2. We'll see if Stewie Cartman can make it and advance to the quarterfinals, or if ShyGuy can equalize and force a decider third game. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back to game number 2 of the 2025 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament Round of 16 between Stewie Cartman and ShyGuy. Alongside the Haxer, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. A very thrilling game between Stewie and ShyGuy, a difference of just 1 minute. The victor ending up being Stewie Cartman. Very close throughout the entire match, but Stewie was just 1 step ahead of ShyGuy, pretty much almost through the entire game.
Yeah, for the most part, you know, getting out of the first world, had a slight lead and maintained it for the rest of the seed. ShyGuy coming back at points. I think Stewie fought a few more Hammer Bros, had a couple deaths to ShyGuy's none, I believe, but still fairly well played by both there.
Yeah, I don't think ShyGuy took a death there. I mean, I don't recall him taking a death. I think he kept the sheet clean, and usually if you keep the sheet clean, you're going to win a lot of these games here, Haxer. Just Stewie's speed, I think, it was a little bit too much for ShyGuy's consistency. So we'll see if ShyGuy decides to be a little bit more aggressive here in game number 2, or if he just continues to play his game and just hope that Stewie makes mistakes here. I think it still could go to 3.
Yeah, definitely. You know, those sort of games like that track meet style, I personally never liked. I liked when there were decisions, because I'm like, man, you know, all my opponent's going to make the same decisions as me. It's all straightforward, right? But
well, I got World 4. There is a fort. We'll see if this ends up building the bridge. Now, I did get the video of that the fort up front, when there's more than one fort, does build the bridge, but I think it's very, very rare. So we'll see if lightning strikes twice again, or if my regular theory holds water here in game number 2. 3F2, the underwater fort, so it's an invalid seed. I know certain Krista Joy would be happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stu getting a little behind there, stopping for the power up at the beginning. He knows how I feel about that block. You know, that's always a star, and sure enough, it was a star.
All right, so boom, boom down for both. They are neck and neck at the moment here. Are we going to see disappointment for the runners? Oh, it builds the bridge. Wow. Lightning does strike twice. What do you think about that?
Yeah, kind of. It feels like it's rare there. Although I will say the other fort's in the route, so you know, playing the fort out of the route, maybe that was why. You know.
Oh. Yep. Well, I mean, that's the good news. They don't have to play the other fort. I mean, the bad news is they're still going to have to play through a couple of levels, and 8-1 is no great shakes.
Yeah, Stewie missing the C jump there.
Oh my gosh, all these bullets. There was no saving that for ShyGuy. No shot.
Now he gets the you know, the what am I trying to say? The escort there, the bullet escort.
Yes, beautifully done. Yeah, that was indeed an escort. Of course, you always got to watch out. You've got those homing bullet bills that you only see in 4 or 5. Now they can show up anywhere, and we're seeing them in 8-1. So ShyGuy, what he's been doing throughout this entire match so far, if he continues to keep the sheet clean here, you know, he could definitely gain some advantage here on Stewie. But I'll tell you, Stewie did make up some time bolting through that 8-1, so he's still very much in the running.
Yeah, you know, the speedrunners tend to be a little more confident in that stage. A lot of people are really scared of the note block at the end that in most cases you kind of have to use to get over that pipe. So.
I mean, I've made it before where I get to that note block and I just don't get any height on and I fall to my death. And I can understand why runners would be scared of that note block. And oh, the double kill right there, but he will get a hammer. Stewie getting stun locked here, trying to time it, does so indeed. Gonna get that same hammer. And we've got 3-9 beta. I don't see a boss bass up top, but is there one on the bottom? We'll find out.
Big time save here for Stu and a terrible enemy set as well.
Ooh, no. ShyGuy in some trouble here. Is gonna have to play this carefully. Oh, no. The fire nippers send ShyGuy to his first death, and that's a terrible time for that. But Stewie is not out of the woods yet. Now he's out of the woods.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Stu didn't go up there with the tail usually is. Oh,
no. The fire nipper gets him again, and this is where Stewie... And he's going to go for the fort instead, and that's the better choice. This is an easy fort.
Yeah, this one's quick too, so...
Just unfortunate. Very unfortunate there for ShyGuy. The thwomp gets him too. Just did not have the P speed there. Oh, this is, you hate to see it. I mean, ShyGuy had been playing so well up until that point, and for that to happen at the very start, that is not what you want when you know you're down 1-0 against someone who has had all the experience in the world like Stewie is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's about as rough as that other stage gets. I told Pleco to roll some fire here and, you know, got a little bit of fireworks early.
Yeah, we did indeed. I mean, we got a 3-9 with the Patui set. Claimed ShyGuy twice. Unfortunately, the Thwomp claimed him on 3F1. So, yeah, Stewie has a relatively decent lead early on here. But World 7, this could be one of those World 7s where you could get thrown for a loop. And sure enough, a troll pipe.
I don't mind that. At least you know you never have to come back there. That's the upside, I suppose.
We got 2 forts. See a fort, play a fort. I agree with this. We got Alaska 6F2.
Managed to beat the dry bones there. Really surprised.
Definitely indeed. So, Stewie having a little bit of problems here, but does get his tail back and should be in good shape for the boom boom fight.
Yep, lost it, got it back right away. We'll see how many stomps is boom boom. Just one, so a wimp.
Yeah, and that's the best level to be a wimp on, because I think this is the most difficult boom boom fight of the game because of the ice physics.
Yeah, it definitely can be. The only upside to that boom boom is that it's one of the rare ones that jumps straight up, so...
Yep, and if you have a fire suit, that can definitely come in handy getting the fire kill from up top as well. So now here's ShyGuy going to be doing 6F2 as well. So we're going to be playing the first of the 2 Piranha levels here that gains a bonus item. We have no music boxes, so Might as well play him out and try to get that bonus item, which is a hammer.
All right, he's pretty set for Worlds 2 and 6, should they show up. Potentially World 3 as well. Stewie loves that play.
Yep, the double hammer is in play again for our runners. And it's good. So if there was a lock or a bridge that needed to be built, it's built. Now we just have to find the right pipe. But unfortunately, that's another troll set of pipes there for Stewie.
Yeah, Stu trying to figure out where he needs to go here.
Maybe this is it. Nope. We know that's not it.
So I think he's got to play the level, maybe.
That's looking like it. He's going to try this pipe, though, instead. See if it takes him to the promised land.
Okay,
it does.
Check this one. Okay.
All right, so there you go. 2-5 now. So ShyGuy is also going to pick up that hammer, so he, too, will have that opportunity to go double hammer on World 3 if the opportunity presents itself. Well, speaking of opportunities presenting itself, that Paragoomba wasted no opportunity of taking away the power-up from Stewie, but no matter, 2-5 is done.
Yeah, as standard from, you know, the 2-5 stage, you got a Paragoomba at the end, and it's going to hit you unless you're prepared for it.
Definitely, indeed. So ShyGuy going to have to do the same thing here. Backtrack, go back to that pipe. Get a P-Wing. That's French vanilla. That is in the right world, but in the wrong spot. But that'll be a nice, helpful item as we've got the World 2 airship. I did not see this on Stewie's side. ShyGuy's going the wrong way, unfortunately. Got to check this pipe instead. That'll be the one.
Yep. There we go. And Stu going into the fight here in World 7 Small. Does get to challenge Roy. Thankfully for him, Roy shot his wand right away.
Yep, Roy does not have the Earthquake, but once again is our boy, 5-hitter. So there you go. ShyGuy opting not to go for the flowers and will take the 1-up. So he's got 2 extra lives. Now you got to keep in mind, folks, that in the bracket stages, a game over resets all panels, unlike in the Swiss round. So we're going to have to keep the count on ShyGuy very live here. Uh-oh. Jumped a little bit too early. He's going to have to be careful here in this final gauntlet. Gets through, though.
Yeah, took it carefully there. Good job. And they get another hammer.
They got another hammer from Bowser. There's now 3 hammers. So, yeah, unless there are better plays before we see World 3, I think we're definitely going to see the double hammer play in World 3.
Oh, boy.
Angry Sun being a nuisance here to Stewie, losing that tail here. ShyGuy now on the World 2 airship is also going to have to go after that 5-hitter in Roy Koopa. Let's see how he can handle it. He's got the first one. There's 2. All right, there's 3. There's 6-3. And there's 5 for ShyGuy. All right, so 6-3 now for Stewie. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. Just blitzing through this really, really fast. And he is there. Stewie Cartman is done with 6-3.
Yeah, really quick stage, is able to get that no block jump at the beginning. The key there is landing between the 2 and getting the boost off of both of them at the same time.
All right, we know this is going to build the bridge here as there is no second fort. So this is the Bowser's Furnace 5 F2. Stewie knows how to play this one. Now, he did take a death last time. No such case this time, and he gets the swag pipe clip.
Yeah, the old Stu pipe there, as he does every time.
Yep. And Boom Boom ended up being a 1-hitter. Angry Sun still being a pest here, but ShyGuy gets through it. So we'll see if this takes us to the tower. But before he does that, Stewie is going to play this. So if ShyGuy were to skip this, he may or may not gain an advantage. Well, Star, he could skip it if he wanted to.
Yeah, not particularly useful hammer bro there. A little surprised Stu played it. It's because he does have 3 hammers, but the clouds could still be useful. I think he's, worried about ShyGuy getting, a cloud on him or something, and Atlantis coming up or something like that.
All right, Stewie got away with it. Those bricks were getting scarce on that sledgehammer bro fight. Bud does manage to take it down. And we got 1 level that we got to play. It is 3-6.
Another quick 5 here.
we've definitely seen some quick 5s here. ShyGuy having a little bit of problem here in 5F2, though, is not going fast enough to beat these fireball cycles. You know, the rule of thumb is if you want to play this with the least amount of problems, just keep on running.
Yeah, exactly. Does get a star at the end, though, so, you know, won't at least have to worry about the end part. And as you said before, Boom Boom is a single hit.
Yeah, another single hit enemy there. Bowser has not bulked them up properly in this marquee matchup. So we've got the World 3 airship, and we've got the old homing bullet bills right there, but I think this is going to be fine for Stewie. Meanwhile, it's ShyGuy now on 3-6. Gets the fire suit. We got Larry. And we got another one-hitter.
That's crazy. So many wimps so far. The Boom Booms, the Koopalings.
Oh, nice jump there from ShyGuy. I thought he was going to buy it there for a moment, but he is through. Just has to make it past a couple more jumps. Yep, ShyGuy, no problem there. Gets through 3-6. Stewie still has the lead going into our 4th world of game number 2. And it's going to end up being World 6. And I see a bridge out. And a 4th that's required. And it's the Navy. Get your salutes out in chat. A pretty simple level for these runners.
Yeah, definitely. ShyGuy doing a good job keeping pace here, though. I don't think he really lost anything in this world.
No, he really didn't. I mean, it's just unfortunate. He just got off to that rough start with a few deaths, both in 3.9 beta and then one in 3F1. That's pretty much put him back right now. So he's gonna need some help. He just needs to keep the rest of the sheet here clean, and I think he'll still have a chance. We've got the pyramid now for Stewie, and he's gonna have to use the Buzzy Beetles to break the bricks. He does not have a tail, as ShyGuy manages to take care of the one-hit Larry Koopa. We'll just... Oh! Hitboxes anyone! Bad luck there for Stewie. Lost his fire suit, but he'll be okay.
Or pyramid incidences. Oh well. It does get the block break, though. That's the key there.
Yep, so we do get a mushroom from the princess there, and now ShyGuy is going to be playing the Navy. So right now he's 2 levels back, which seems about the right amount to be back when you've taken a few deaths. So there's the way out. There's no possible way this is that free, is there? Oh my God, it is! Wow!
Yikes.
So there had to be a lock or a bridge right there, because it couldn't have been that easy. No such luck. That's crazy. The very quick World 6. We might have another Jet see it upon us here in game number 2. So now we have to get through Pyramid, and then ShyGuy will be able to take care of this World 7 airship. But Stewie, got to be careful. It's a long way down if you miss those jumps, and sometimes people are hesitant on those blue spinny cylinders. ShyGuy having some problems here on the pyramid. Ludwig, not a one-hitter. Can't tell if he was a 2-hitter or if Stewie just got the fire kill, but it doesn't matter. It's just another quick kill there for Stewie as he moves on to his 5th world.
Yeah, there's something really cool there that Stewie did, going in with a P-Wing, and was able to use the P-Speed from the P-Wing with his fire grab to keep P-Speed and P-Speed the rest of the ship. So that was neat.
Very impressive indeed. All right, so ShyGuy going to see the rest of this map, going to use the pipe. That'll take him to the end. So we have a required fort here in World 1. So this cannot possibly be World 1 fort. It's got to be something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, getting 2-2 here, which is a rather quick stage, and almost getting the bounce off that Goomba over the pillar there.
Yeah, that would have been nice to do, but no matter. He is through 2-2. ShyGuy now on the World 7 airship. Ludwig has at least 2 hits, maybe more. We'll find out if ShyGuy can get that fire kill as well. And next up, we've got Jackpot and a meal for Boss Bass. Talk about the ultimate jackpot. Boss Bass found it.
The pause on death, too, as, you know, it's one of the things Stewie's known for. And, yeah.
And that was a 2-hitter, by the way. ShyGuy takes him down. So 3-7 has an item in the clouds if Stewie wants to play it. And, he falls. And I don't know if that was an intentional or not, but he's going to miss out on the item, but he will get through the level.
I think he wanted the item, but I think at this point it would have been better for him to skip it anyway.
Sure. I mean, it's a very close race between him and ShyGuy, but it's still a 2-level lead as we go to our forgettable block frame fort of 5F1. Stewie took a death in this level in the first one. That's not going to be the case here in our second game.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, anything is still possible. He should be okay. It's a very easy boom boom fight, as you can see right there. So let's see how he can handle that. There's 3. There is 4. Well, this one bulked up. We got a 5-hit boom boom here at 5F1. And ShyGuy's now on jackpot, and he was ready. He was ready for that.
Yep, seen that play enough to know, yep, Boss Bass second enemy.
Now, he looks like is going to go for the item. Now, this is very tough to do. No, he's not going for the item. I think he might have went for them, but I think he went too far. Nonetheless, neither player's going to get an item, so we'll never know what it ended up being. And who knows? If it's a sledgehammer bro, we never see it. They're both out of luck.
Yeah, Stewie's in a rough spot here. This is a bad stage to not have a power-up in.
Yeah, this is the 1.5 beta, and we added a power-up here new for this tournament, but it's still a difficult level because we've added more enemies. See, it used to be just Buzzy Beetles, but now you can see everything from that set, Goombas and Karibo shoes and Koopas, so not as easy as it once was. We kind of did the trade-off here. We added a power-up, but we decided to make the enemy set a little bit more difficult.
5-3 again. Okay, we'll see if Pleco has a better roll than I did of this stage.
Yeah, you had a very tame one. Well, that Paragoomba, nice pick off there from Stewie, and considering it's the regular enemy set, I do think there's a possibility of an Angry Sun or a Boss Bass on the bottom. Yes, let's take a look. Anything?
Sun.
Angry Sun. Angry Sun. But it always despawns. I think it always despawns there, doesn't it?
I had it activate the other day going through with P speed, so maybe that's part of it. Is very interesting,
because it didn't activate like it was supposed to, but the last time I saw it like that, it also didn't activate, so I figured it just doesn't activate, or you have to have some kind of parameters to activate it. So I've never seen it activate, but then again, I've only seen it a couple of times. Uh-oh. It's Alcatraz with the cheap. That's nasty.
Yeah, the cheap's one of the worst ones you can get here. Stu, I'm surprised didn't kill the cheap there and make it spawn up top, but
yeah, I'm very surprised about that too. So now we're gonna see that if the Angry Sun activates on ShyGuy's side. But yeah, Stewie kind of a little slow here in 7.5. Yeah, now he's going to take care of the cheap, but it's just going to spawn on the bottom again anyways.
That was a mistake using the shell, I think. Oh man.
Boy. Yeah, now he's in trouble. And there is a power-up to grab right here, but this is still going to be... Oh, it's a star. Oh,
and we got Paragoombas.
Oh, no! ShyGuy towards the end of 5-3. That's a big time loss. And there is no cloud for either of these runners. This is a required 7.5.
Yeah, it does look like ShyGuy does have some leaves as well, which is really good for the stage. So we could potentially see an intentional death if he doesn't maintain this tail.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. So now Stewie has to watch out for this cheap here. He's playing the 7.5 very carefully. And he's just going to wait for the cheap to come back before he goes down the pipe. There he goes.
Smart.
Yep. Gonna have to build the bridge. Can't do the clip when you're small, so he's gonna have to go back up and just do it all over again and hope that he makes it alive. All right, this time ShyGuy does get through 5-3. We'll see what happens here when he gets to 7.5. I mean, it's a very long level. Stewie took it pretty slow. Has the tail. No Jugum clouds. Let's see if ShyGuy can maybe cut into this lead.
Yeah, he can probably save close to 30 seconds on this level, depending on how it's played. So, surprised he also didn't kill the cheap.
Yeah, both of these runners, I guess, just does not want to go for the cheap kill yet. We'll see how this plays out. So it's down for ShyGuy at the moment. It'll come back, of course. Nice use of the ice block, yes. P-wing there for Stewie. And ShyGuy again doesn't kill it down there.
I think that's fine now because he can use P-Speed the flower of the end at least. So.
Yep. Oh, that's true. That's true. He could use P-Speed. You're right. Yep. They could just use the P-Speed like this. Yep. Bada bing, bada. Yeah. Perfectly done. Yeah. ShyGuy gained some time back on Stewie right there. Well played.
Yeah, that's a break that he really needed.
Definitely it is, because now he's gonna gain some time here. And here comes the Iggy fight for Stewie. 3-hitter. Oh, by the way, I noticed there is now 2 Hammer Brothers there in World 1 instead of the normal 1. Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes you get the second one that spawns in that upper right corner as well. So not like always, but yeah, sometimes you don't get one that spawns at the end. It's really interesting.
Yeah, not at all. All right, next up, World 2. Oh, ShyGuy gets first class.
Another save there for him.
Yep, any little bit's gonna help. 1-5 natural now for Stewie. And yeah, you should never slide down, because chances are there's either going to be a Karibo or there's going to be a Spiny and you're going to lose it. Or a Babam. I think a Babam would also take it away.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, Stewie knowing the vanilla strats there, potentially damage boosting is one of the few places in the randomizer where it saves quite a bit of time to damage boost.
Yeah, very well played there for Stewie, even taking the damage. So we can skip this pipe. I got a feeling, once again, just like in game 1, you know, we never saw it. It's got to be World 1 Fort. It's got to be World 1 Fort.
That's a lot of hammers, and Stewie is thinking, you know, oh, he's going to P-wing this stage. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, this one can be rough at times, but it's not the worst level to play. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to use the P-Wing. But obviously, you know, we still have Fort Knox in play. And we got Paragoomba doing its usual Paragoomba shenanigans and taking away ShyGuy's power-up right there. But it'll be okay and through 1-5 as well. Yeah, that's going to make this 3-5 very, very fast for Stewie.
Yep, nicely done there, using the old 100% strats.
All right, so we take the pipe. We obviously know that the fort is not required, unless, of course, we've got 3 forts.
Nice.
We don't have to play any forts. Let's just forget about the forts here and play 7-3.
And should still have a hammer or double hammer for World 3 as well.
Yep. So. World 3 ended up being last, and it's going to end up being a useful proposition for at least Stewie. We'll see if that ends up being the case for ShyGuy. I would imagine so. I don't think either of these runners have used hammers, and I think they all have 3.
Yeah, I think they both do have 3.
And ShyGuy is now done with 3-5 as well. Stewie is going to play the coin ship here. And we're going to see what Hammer Brother bosses we're going to be dealing with. Fire Bro on the left and a Sledgehammer Bro on the right. And I do believe, I think we talked about this sometime, it's the same too if you have more than one pirate ship throughout the entire...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and getting the Fire Bro on the left there is very nice compared to the right. There's a tendency if it's on the right to, if you press any buttons before entering the fight and move towards it, it's going to hit you, guaranteed.
Yep, or your money back. ShyGuy, now it's the Wendy fight. Well, this time she didn't have the side salad. She didn't have the small fries. Didn't have the Frosty. Didn't have the Dave single. Yeah, she had the Baconators. She didn't have the entire restaurant. She needs Earthquake to have the entire restaurant. But yep, she had her Baconators. Wendy is down, though, for Stewie, and we'll be moving on to the 7th world. And I'll tell you what, ShyGuy's right there.
Yeah, ShyGuy again.
Even with all the deaths he's taken so far, he has kept pace.
Yeah, skipping the Hammer Bro wasn't a particularly useful item, so...
Yep, ShyGuy just needs one more, and that was a textbook Wendy fight right there when you don't have a fire suit. Here's 8-2.
Sands? Oh, nope. No Sands.
Yeah, he's going to go without a tail here, so he's going for the speedrun strats. I mean, I would trust Stewie with this, but if he does take a death, ShyGuy can gain some major time back.
Yeah, got some pretty good enemies here. Didn't get anything like a bass or a sun or a cheap, so.
Yep, and there was a fire chomp there that could have caused some havoc, but no problem there for Stewie. And now it's ShyGuy's turn to do 8-2. So quick high five. And ShyGuy also going to go for fast strats here. Has the tail, so is going to be a little bit slower, but a little bit safer across this little gap here. Well done.
Nice thing Stu's done in a lot of these Hammer Bro fights is grabbing the item from the block after the
Look
item
at this.
from the chest.
It's Fort Knox, and he's got a tail, and ShyGuy's also going to have that tail.
Yeah, Stewie picking this up from the Hammer Bro fight, so what a good pickup by Stu.
Now, here's the situation for ShyGuy, though. He could lose this tail very easily. He doesn't!
Got a backup as well, so...
Wow!
No harm, no foul.
I have no idea how he pulled that off, but that was an impressive kill right there from ShyGuy.
All right, we got some pipe checks. And
right.
we're home free. No other forts, so this is our one forter.
Yep, so... ShyGuy is going to have to play it because that is guarding the lock at Wendy's, but luckily for ShyGuy, does have the leaf, doesn't have to do anything crazy here. We do have the World 4 airship. No P-Wing strats this time for Stewie, but he will get this Fire Flower at the end. And it's going to be Morton Koopa trying to get the fire kill. Yeah, it's a fire kill, you bet.
Yeah, well done. He's had a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Seeds.
And now, folks, it is time to predict how many obstacles at the Valley of Bowser 0 to 8. Make your predictions.
Now, what are we getting here? Are we getting something a little less linear than last time? Maybe some decisions having to be made.
We got a Hammer Brothers suit, so no worries there. And we do have decisions. Well, we have 1-6. This is a no choice. So that fake tank is going to be off the board.
Yep, good information to know at least.
Ooh, nice slide there from Stewie. I didn't even know you could do that. That's impressive.
Yeah, a little scary, saves a little bit of time, so get little bits of time there.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any runners make that play, but yeah, if Stewie is a speedrunner like we all know he is, he's going to know that strat each and every time, so very well played there from Stewie. Next up, we got the Spike Fort. This is an acceptable seed. We got World 2 Fort.
Yeah, he's opting to just play the fort as he sees it.
Yep, definitely indeed. So ShyGuy is now going to be into 1-6 as well. ShyGuy will have a decision to make.
Oh, ShyGuy will be able to save some time here with flight.
Well, he's got to be careful. You know why? Because of that gap. That gap, I don't know what the cause is, but it seems like half the time or better, you lose speed crossing that gap. And I've seen runners take a death because they think they're going to get the P speed when they don't.
Yeah, that's a P meter frame rule thing. It checks every 8 frames. So if you don't land in particular spots on the wood platform, it'll check over that gap and unfortunately lose it.
Yeah. Well, the answer was 2-1. So we have a lock and a bridge. The bridge is built, but the lock is not. So we must play the fort. So ShyGuy is correct about playing this fort. That is going to build the bridge, but now we have to find the one that is going to break the lock. Right now, advantage Stewie. He has to find one of the two. Well, he's found them both. Donuts. We got 4F2.
Yeah. I think if we don't see anything in the dark here, that'll be a really good sign for Stu.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, if we don't see anything pop here on this screen, I think he's going to have it, and the win. So there it is. Stewie has got the boom boom down in 4F2. Nothing popped.
Oh, boy.
Looks promising.
Oh, ShyGuy, go towards it. Oh.
All right. And he's going to take the quick check here. He should be golden. And there it is. So unless something really bizarre happens, Stewie is going to sweep this 2-0. And World 8 would have been a great equalizer if this would have been a ShyGuy lead. Because I don't think Stewie could have routed that any better.
No, Stewie finding the promised land right away, and unfortunately, ShyGuy's going to find it here and get the bad news.
Sees the lock. Hammers do not break locks, unfortunately. 2 mac and cheeses in the same game for Stewie Cartman. This is his. It's going to be just north of 30 minutes. 2 outstanding times tonight from Stewie Cartman. And barring something out of the ordinary, he's moving on to the quarterfinals. And there it is. Get your GGs out for Stewie Cartman. It's a clean sweep, 2-0 over ShyGuy, and he's moving on to the quarterfinals. A very impressive display tonight here, Haxer.
Yeah, Stewie played, quite well in the 2-game series. And
ShyGuy picked the other one.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, though. If it would have been the other one, that would have flipped the script. Just unlucky.
Dang.
But as it stands, great job.
Yeah, Stu with, and they were, pretty tightly contested ones as well, so he had to earn it.
Time was 30 minutes and 38 seconds for Stewie, and ShyGuy's going to wave the white flag here on this one. Yeah, tough break. Just unfortunate. He kept the sheet clean in game number 1. Took a few costly deaths early on in game number 2, and that's unfortunately the way Randomizer works sometimes, as we do have our winner, Stewie, here in the commentator's booth with us. Congratulations, 2 lightning fast seeds for you, cumulative under 1 hour. Go over your gameplay with us.
I was going to say, I was disappointed in Haxer in game 1. I was expecting chaos.
I mean, I tried to give you chaos. I didn't do a very good job of it, but I gave you a track meet. And how do you feel over the course of that one, knowing that, there weren't a ton of decisions to be made and there weren't a ton of levels played? And
yeah, there really weren't too many 50-50s to make.
Well, actually, you don't know it. You don't know it. You don't know it, but there was a 50-50 in World 8. It just happened right now. You picked the right 50 there, Stewie, because
in the dark area,
ShyGuy went hand bridge. Had that been correct, I think he would have picked you off. But unfortunately for ShyGuy, dark area was correct, and we do have a ShyGuy here in the commentator's booth with us.
It's funny because I saw that hand bridge. And I was thinking to myself, if he goes that way and he's right and I don't, then he wins.
And that probably would have been the case. If not, it would have been super duper mega close. Game number 1, I was very impressed with your gameplay in game number 1, ShyGuy. I don't think you took any deaths. I mean, I could be wrong. I think you had a clean sheet.
I'll be honest, I was impressed with that too. I couldn't believe I was playing that well.
Yeah, you played exceptionally well in game number 1. It's just Stewie just had a step on you pretty much throughout the entire seed. Yeah. He ended up winning by a minute flat. So, I mean, you kept up with him. Second game, just got off to that rough start, unfortunately. You had 3-9 beta, which the Fire Nipper picked you off twice. Then you took the fort. Ended up being a quick fort, by the way.
It was a quick fort, thankfully, yeah.
It was 3F1, but then the Thwomp got you as well, and that just set you back enough where you just couldn't quite come back from the deficit that you had. And then World 8 would have been the great equalizer against you if it would have been closer, because again, there was a 50-50. Stewie took the right 50.
I mean, part of the reason I did the hand bridge was because I took the early deaths. I was like, you know what? Yeah. I mean, I'm not beating Stewie straight up in anything, and
right,
he's a better player than I am.
You knew you had to take. You knew you had to take a gamble, and and it was definitely a worthwhile gamble. It's just unfortunately didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought you played really well from that point, though. Like you clawed back into it, and it was pretty close to even at points.
And I think just one death after that. Otherwise, you kept the sheet clean after that mishap in World 1. But you played well throughout the entire seed. Stewie, I mean, you had a couple of deaths here and there, which I mean that comes with the territory of speedrun in this game, of course.
So game 1, what that was like I just got trolled by that roto disc because I'm not used to him being there. So I was like, all right, well, that's annoying.
Yep, right away, right off the bat. At least it's a quick death.
Yeah, I was like, all right, it's fast. Just whatever. And then there was somewhere else I died. Oh, it was 5 of 2.
Yep.
Yeah, you
So,
shorted a jumped.
Yeah, it was. I just jumped too early. That's all it was. And like I knew right away as soon as I hit the platform. I'm like, all right. Well,
Yeah.
just a frame later, and I would have had it.
Yep. And I think in 8-1 in the second seed, you took a death trying to go for the C jump there to get the power up.
Yeah, I jumped out too far.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, GG's to both of you, ShyGuy. I think, like, in terms of your play in this round, probably the best I've seen you play all tournament. You would have beat a lot of people today.
I agree. That felt like the best I've ever played this game. So I lost, but I am pretty happy with how I played.
Absolutely. Anything particularly memorable? I know Stewie had some trouble with Alcatraz and C2 and ShyGuy. I mean, you ripped right through that
that's
one.
7-5. Ugh. That was annoying.
Yeah, ShyGuy went in with a tail and just destroyed it.
With multiple levels, I had the right power up entering. I don't know how, like, especially toward the end, but like 7-5, I had the tail going in.
Yep.
I had a tail going in Fort Knox. I had a tail going.
Oh.
Level after Fort Knox, I think also was the tail was really good for. I forget what it was, but like I had a few really close together that I had. Because normally, I use a P-wing for my inventory before a fort, and it's a stupid frog fort. So that's normally how it goes. So getting some of those, I was like, hey, that's actually pretty nice.
It's funny you mentioned that because game 1, I played 7F2, and then I slapped on a P-wing expecting Fort Knox, and then I got Alaska. So it still worked.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You actually got fire from Alaska too, so you got the fire kill the boom, like at the end of it.
Yep, and both of you with Fort Knox in game number 1 did not come in with a tail. It took you quicker because you didn't take the risk there, ShyGuy, to see if maybe there was a leaf there. You just went ahead and played it, and that actually ended up being the right play. There was no leaf. There was no leaf there at the end.
Yeah.
I know Mustard was not playing, so.
Yep, exactly. Stu, giving him a free 20 seconds, Stu. What about that?
Right.
See, every time I don't go for that item and my opponent does, it's a leaf.
It's always, yeah.
Yep,
Well,
I know how it feels.
There's 3 words. There's 3 words, Stewie. The game knows.
Well, it absolutely does. 100%.
No, GG,
Yeah.
Stewie. Thank you guys for the
GGs
commentary
again.
and SG for the restream.
I mean, I knew this was going to be a close. I mean, it may not look like it in the box score, 2-0 victory for Stewie, but considering the matches you played in the round of 32, I mean, both of you escaped with the skins of your teeth there, and I figured this was going to be close, and it definitely was close. I mean, again, it's not going to look like it in the box score, but it was definitely a very competitive match between the both of you. It could have gone either way, but Stewie just a tad bit luckier and going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. You're going to be taking on either the number 1 seed Pro A or the number 16 seed Antlers. So a potential matchup with the number 1 seed here going to the quarterfinals. If that ends up being what you get, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, this would be, I think, my 3rd series against Pro A, and I can say for sure I've never won against him. There was... I know Haxer knows this story, but there was one series we did, I think it was 2 years ago. It was the SG Live in-person tournament. I was up 2-0 on him, and then in game 3, my controller bricks on me during Atlantis, so I had to swap out my controller mid-race, and he reverse sweeps me.
Oh, brutal. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen this time around, but hey, we'll see what ends up happening here in the match, no matter who you face. Obviously, you're going to play it tough, and you're going to have your sights set on that semifinal berth. So GG's to you, Stewie. And again, GG to you, ShyGuy, playing exceptionally well throughout the entire run. Just ran into a bit of a buzzsaw today here in Stewie Cartman, but well played throughout. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and in terms of more tournament action, we've got plenty this week, all right? We actually have a race going on right now on SpeedGaming 3 between Highflyer 28 and Animus United. I believe that should probably be in game 2, just based on the timing. And then on Tuesday, so tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got MidiGuy DP and Johnny Link. Again, that's going to be a really close one. I believe they should be the 10 and 7 seeds or something
that'll
like
be
that.
a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Crazy Dude and I will be on the commentary for that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun too. So we hope to see you all then tomorrow night for more round of 16 action here in our 2025 Mario 3 Randomizer tournament. Any final words before we say goodnight here on Speed Gaming?
Just GG's against ShyGuy, and I'm looking forward to the next few races and looking to see who my opponent is.
All right, and I think with that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight on Speed Gaming. Please make sure you give both of our runners, Stewie, Cartman, and ShyGuy, a follow. Great performance from both of them tonight. Thank you all for joining us here on Speed Gaming. And of course, special thanks to my commentator partner, the Haxer. Once again, a pleasure doing commentary with you tonight.
Absolutely. Have a great night, everybody.
Yep, for everybody here on Speed Gaming, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. We will see you tomorrow night for more exciting coverage of the 2025 Mario 3 Randomizer tournament. Good night, everyone.
Good night.